Welcome to these Corona Chronicles, you guys. It's your girl T Gray. I got with me Kareem Green. What up, Kareem?
Yep. How you doing?
I'm
Chilling?
good. I'm good. What's going on with you? You up there in the hot spot in New York. That's the hot spot for the virus.
That's right. Only the realists could survive the the virus that we take. The virus that we take. You in LA, right?
No, I'm in the DC area.
Oh, I thought you was in LA. Okay, so you right next door though, but I haven't heard much about that.
Yeah. So how are you holding up with the coronavirus? How has it affected you and your comedy, just besides the not being able to be on stage?
It's honestly it's been a nice little break. um, Honestly, it's actually made me a little more creative on the video side, on the digital side. So I'm creating more content with my phone and stuff now that I'm still thinking about jokes, but not in a different way. So it's really just to make creativity a different way. So I mean, I still like the stage, but I still get to create. So I still find a nice outlet. So it's cool. I feel like I'm building my audience a different way now. You know.
So your videos just had me tickled.
Oh,
Okay,
that's good. That's good.
had me tickled
That's
online.
good.
So did you start out with the sketch comedy, or you've done stand up first and then now you just honing in on the videos?
Oh, I've been doing stand-up comedy about 22 years. So the videos are the newer, the new addition of another extension of my comedy. And the good thing about the videos to me is you get to I listen. Sometimes there's jokes, right, that just don't do well on stage, but it'll be better as a sketch. So I've learned to decipher that. And sometimes there's a joke that'll do good as a sketch too. So now I'm stretching my content. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So but yeah, basically I started on stage and then I started doing I'm more consistent now during the corona, as I said, with this time off the stage,
Okay. Hold on for me for just 1 minute because my neighbor just started blasting some hood shit, and I just want to close my window. My neighbor across the street, that was liar. Everybody want a thug.
You say everybody on what?
Everybody want to be a thug out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Blasting music in the suburbs, like that's so cliche.
Everybody's a thug until that 6ix9ine case show up. You mad at 6ix9ine too?
Uh-uh.
I think 6ix9ine. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's Takashi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think he did what he was supposed to do according to who he is. So
Listen, he has created an entire lane for fake ass people.
fake ass people been out here, but he just monetized it very well.
Yeah, he's like king of the fake motherfuckers right now. Seriously, he is king.
Yeah.
Because to do what he did and to come out with a $10 million deal and 2 million people on your live just to hear you talk about nothing, and he's still hitting those numbers. Like you can't be no. How much more grimy can you be to be a whole snitch? But we're gonna put this snitch on a pedestal right now.
But this is the thing. This is the thing, though. See, y'all keep saying a whole snitch on a pedestal. This is what this country is now. We got a Trump. We got a Takashi. This is who we are right now. We got a president who can't really president. Mm-hmm. We got a supposed gangster. Everyone's acting. We got reality TV. Nobody's what they're really supposed to be. It's just different areas of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The president's not a president. He's a reality TV star who's a businessman. So he sucked at being the president. Tekashi 6ix9ine is not a real gangster. He's acting like a gangster because that's what we buy into. You can't and I think we try to look at him and go, oh, how you gonna be a whole snitch and how you be. He just said, I just gave y'all what y'all like, and now y'all mad at me because I'm not what y'all think I am. I'm not a gangster. I'm a guy portraying gangster behavior for your entertainment. And but when it's time to go to jail, I'm back to being me. So he went back to being him. I'm not saying it's right to snitch or whatever that shit is, but I really understand what he did, and I don't look at him the way other people look at him because the thing is, there's a bunch of other rappers who are gay, who not being gay. They faking too. If you out here gay, being whatever else, you faking too. If you out here, not really a gangster, you faking too. It's just the difference is he said it to you. He did it in your face, live, on TV, and he's capitalizing off it. You know, so I understand it.
Yeah, he's definitely capitalizing off of it. And for me, I think that he's smart, yes, but I don't think it's maybe 100% fair. If you consider the other rappers, Little Kim, Remy Ma, whomever, who have gone to jail, you know what I mean? And hey, gonna be stand-up dude about it. I'm not gonna take this person with me. I'm not gonna take this person with me. I'm gonna do what I gotta do my time and get out of here. Like, they weren't waiting on mega deals when they came out. You know what I mean? They weren't waiting on too many people on their live when they came out. They had to build back up. You know what I mean? Even though, yes, they had notoriety, they were still talented. They had to almost start from ground zero and build back up. So that's just me hating, okay? Okay, that's just me hating on Lil Man, okay?
yeah. Let's call that what that is. Let's call that what. The funny thing is, even in his video, he put a rat. His face turned into a mouse on the in his video. I was like, you know, I gotta respect him. He's like, I told, and this is why I told. And you know, the thing is too, they threatened his moms to kill his moms. They had sex with his baby moms. He's not a gangster. Kim is a gangster. Everybody else Remy shot somebody, she's a gangster. He's not a gangster. He hasn't shot nobody. He ain't no thug. He probably never sold no drug. He's not you know what I'm saying? So he's not of that. But the gangsters attach themselves to him to manipulate and use him, and they did. And his payback was prison for y'all, freedom for me. And so the thing is, they took advantage of him, but no one wants to see that part. They took advantage of him. They knew he wasn't no gangster. They knew it because real recognized real, right? So they knew he wasn't no gangster, so they took advantage of him, banged his baby moms, threatened his mother, tried to get him killed. So he did what he does as a square. That's what a square does. I'm telling. I don't got no gangsters. I ain't got no real gangsters. I got the police. I'm going with the police. I'm gonna be free. Y'all going to jail. Y'all just, it's really, they hustled the wrong hustle. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? If you got everybody in the street game doing the street stuff, you know, yeah, that's all messed up. But if you over here fucking with the square and you know what he's about, and then you expect him to be like you when those situation comes about, no, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So y'all kind of played yourself, you know. And plus, times are different. As times evolve, you know, pop wasn't, how do you say, they'll play you if you went pop. Now niggas begging to go pop. You know what I'm saying? You was a real rapper if you went pop. Now they wish they could go pop. They wish they could get on a song with a white boy where the rest of the white world would love them too. So it's all changing. It's all changing. You know what I'm saying? So people make records in jail.
Yes.
So yeah. It's all changing. But you know what I'm saying? But I don't want you to do your whole show about Tekashi or whatever. If you want to talk about
Listen, so we could talk about whatever. These conversations during the Corona Chronicles have not, granted the show is Sex Talk with T. Gray, but that, to be honest with you, has not necessarily been the major focus. The bulk of them, I mean, we're talking about what's going on in the world right now.
Right.
We can talk about whatever. Ain't no big deal. But since you brought it up,
Right.
since you brought it up, I mean, I know you got your lady there, so maybe the coronavirus hasn't affected you on that standpoint, but a lot of people are experiencing um, a hindrance on some level to their sex lives, but then some people are also experiencing a benefit to it. Are you on one side or the other?
What benefit to my sex life
Benefit
or
or a hindrance with the coronavirus?
well,
Oh,
I
they
don't think
have been the same. Like, cause you
it,
just,
the only I would say it's cool. It's cool because we never had that prop. So this is I think the only thing about this is we're around each other more.
mhm,
So it leads for more opportunity. Um, and if you didn't, if you and your partner wasn't friends, I think this is going to be a problem. Like you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Like, cause people be dating, but they don't be like buddies. You know.
Right,
So
right.
if you're not really like buddies with your partner, this togetherness is gonna be a problem. So, you know, I I feel like it's got matter of fact, my lady's starting to go more natural. Like all her hair is whatever stuff that was going on, it's going back to its regular essence. So it's honestly I think it's probably a freedom. It's a freedom in this. So I think the sec and she's becoming looking like she normally would, I guess, look without the excess chemicals or waves or perm or whatever that is that makes the hair does whatever it do. So yeah, so we're in a good place.
That's awesome though, but you brought up a very, very amazing point just for relationships in general, and that's being a friend with your mate.
Mm-hmm.
And some people don't skip that piece when they're building a foundation to a relationship. Some people just totally skip that. You know what I
Right,
mean? It's actually being friends and building a friendship and being able to vibe. Let's say you take away the sex. You know what I mean? Let's put that
right,
to the side. What do we still have while we're in this house with each other all day, every day? You know what I mean? Especially if everybody is home or somebody is essential versus non-essential, whatever the case may be. How do we still
mm-hmm.
keep that connection if we don't have any friendship? If I can't, you know what I mean, laugh with you, joke with you, watch this movie with you, and clip your toenails, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Clip your
That's
toenails. My lady clipped my toenails the other day. Yes, yes. I scared the shit out of her. I scared the shit out of her. She when she first see my toenails, she ran and was on the side for like 2 seconds, like, what's that in between your toes? Because I had some fungus that I'm used to, but she wasn't used to that. And so
so on the low, you just been running around with this fungus, rubbing your
yeah,
fungus feet on her all this time.
yes, yes. These athletic, unathletic feet. I got athlete's feet in between the pinky toe and the other toe. So it's one area that I don't know. It just be a troubled area. I don't know what it. I don't know, and it's only fungus in that area. I don't know. The rest of the toes is
Listen,
fine. It's like
shout
that.
out to her.
It's like like that toe got corona, and the rest of the toes got masks on. So I don't know what's wrong in between that toe, but it's there. It's just skin just keep dying inside. I don't know.
I
So I
wish
think that
you got in there for you. Listen, that is a good woman you got over there. Do you understand me?
that was fun though to watch her go, oh no. She's still like, yo, what is yo? Yeah, she's just sitting there for a second like like she's seen a ghost. That was cool though. But that's let you know you got a connection. And then she came back and finished the toast. So
It's a connection. And let me tell you, that also is another big piece of the Love Below. What I try to promote is having different levels of intimacy. And so one of my biggest proponents of intimacy between couples is being of service to your mate.
mhm,
People sometimes don't think about, or they'll look at it as, you shouldn't have to cater to somebody, or well, you can go to the salon and do this, you can do that, whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's nice just to have somebody else that cares enough about you to do
mhm,
something for you, to show
right.
you that they care. And
Mhm,
grooming your mate is one of those big things for me that shows you can be of service, and it dives into increasing the intimacy between couples.
Yes, grooming. I mean, when uh when you're grooming each other, it's another type of care, you know. Like I liken it to the gorillas when they eating bugs out of each other's fur.
That's
I be
real
like, that
shit.
gorilla, love that gorilla. Look at all them bugs he eating out her back. I mean, that's some love right there. So
Yeah.
I think that's definitely an important a thing for each other to like. 'Cause she does all the cooking. I wash the dishes. She like whatever, little things that just support each other
Mhm.
is what makes it cool, without a fuss. I feel like sometimes people be like, I'm not your slave, or I'm not your butler, or I'm not your whatever, and that is not healthy. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's the little, as they say, the little things mean a lot. So,
Mhm.
you know, getting like we could be sitting somewhere and I'm further away from the kitchen and she'll ask me to get some water, I'll get it, you know? Or she could be further away from something I want and I just don't feel like getting up and she'll get it. So those are like to me the connecting thing with is really taking that ego out. I think I've learned that in this relationship too. The ego, man, the ego kills relationships more than people even know. You know.
Yes. Yes, that is big. That is big. Boy, you just touched on something. Ego kill damn near everything for real.
Yeah,
Real
yeah, because you feel
business,
you deserve something
relationships.
and they owe you something. That's a whole nother like I think I don't like to put it on women, but I'm putting it on women. I
Take
feel
your
like
time.
women
Take your time, sir.
I feel like not all women, some women, that's right, take my time. Some women they feel they are owed something. This is what you got to be, and this is what it got to be if you're going to be, when it's just like, for me, I feel like you be good. If you be good to me, I'll be good to you. As simple as that. I'm not, you're respectful with whatever. I don't put all any things on you,
Hmm.
you know? So if you don't put no things on, and I feel like my lady does that. She doesn't put any things on me. I mean, we do still have some expectations, but
Hmm.
it's not. Uh, we should be we should be doing this by now. We should be in
Right.
a house by now. We should
Right.
be this, that, and third. But if you want, and it's the same thing. Sometimes when I listen to some women say, "I have a car, I got a house, I don't need no man, I don't need no." It's just like, uh, or I make this much money, I have a car and a house. He needs to make this money. It's like, if you have all the things you want financially, why do you still need him to have something at your level financially? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That doesn't. It's like you're creating obstacles for yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? He needs to make this much more money just in case or whatever it is. Like, if you know how to make money, or you got to a place where you made money,
Hmm.
I think you'll always be able to know how to make money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just a thing. Once you learn how to do that, you should have confidence enough in yourself to know I'll make money. It may not be as much as before, or it may not be the same way, but I'll know how to make money. But so putting that what this other person have or don't have on them is a whole nother, and I think a lot of men don't appreciate women that aren't like that. They take advantage of it, and then that's why they end up where they end up. You know what I'm saying? So I think we both play a role in our ego of what we think it should be, instead of letting it be and appreciating people for what they are.
So, what I think is kind of at the back end of what you're saying, it has a lot to do with the stigma that is in society in general, as far as the man being the leader, the provider, the woman being the counterpart. You know what I mean? Society says, that the man is supposed to be the one with the money, and we supposed to bring the pussy and follow suit. You know what I mean? So I think that mindset is just so ingrained in so many people that it's hard to get away from that. So it's hard for some women to come out of having those false expectations or false sense of entitlement, Now, that also is true for men, because a lot of men have the mentality that if I have the money, then this is what you're supposed to bring to me, and they feel entitled to.
Right.
But being older, been out there, done this, done that, whatever the case may be, and now we have a better understanding. Hopefully that part of it, because that to me is also a generational curse. Hopefully that part of it we can begin to then instill into our children that this is not how it should operate.
Right.
This is a better way to do things. This is how you be the leader in your home as a man, even if your woman makes more money. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is how, as a woman, you follow that head of the household without being subservient and still being an equal. So it's a lot of pieces to that puzzle as to why people think like that. But hopefully people will come out and have a better understanding, especially now. Now people in the house, you ain't got shit to do but to reflect.
Right.
So hopefully will come out of this as better people in general. You know what I mean? Understand
They're
that.
running right now, though. Everyone's running from. This is what another reason why this has been good for me. I would say this this quarantine hasn't been crazy for me is because I'm one of them people who be by myself anyway, right? So this is just another chapter of being, spending time with myself. A lot of people do a lot of other things to not deal with who they are. They don't want to, that's why when the sports is off, oh, I'm going crazy, I need to go outside. And do what outside? Go spend money outside. Now you should learn how to budget better. You should learn how to, because cooking saves money and it makes you eat healthier. Also, being inside lets you get to know the people around you more instead of trying to get outside and meet other people all the time. And spend money. I think, we swear we got to go somewhere and spend money all the time to enjoy ourselves. I think this is a time to sit with yourself, be okay with yourself. As I said, also with the hair products and the stuff we use, men are turning into cavemen. Women are turning into Celie from The Color Purple.
Listen, my whole Celie happening before I press record on this video. Before I came down in front of the screen, boy, T-Gray, look.
See that? Yeah, you had to put your cap on. So, but this is a thing this is a time too where like you save money on the excess nails and learn how to do your nail, learn how to take care of yourself for real. Like, or instead of I gotta get my nails done, or I gotta go get my hair done, or my makeup. You know what I'm saying? Now you can let your skin breathe from all that makeup over. You know what I'm saying? Now you can let your you can get to know. One of the things I feel like when it came to especially Black women, they'd be like, I wear these because it's easier for me to get up and go, right? And I genuinely, honestly feel we can't add much more to make ourselves better than what God made us, right?
Yeah.
So what you're doing is creating more work for yourself, even though you don't know it, even though it seems simpler. But guess what? When you go to beautician, that's time. That's at least probably 2 hours. I'm just throwing out a number.
No, that's real talk. You in there too.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a chunk of change. I realize, well, speaking to someone, getting your hair done is like $200, I think. Somewhere, I'm just throwing out numbers. I'm not sure exactly, but it's expensive, right? So now it's maintaining. And when you're doing all that, you're pretty much damaging your hair. All that time and money to damage your hair. But if you took, the problem is when we were young, I feel like women never got a chance to. A lot of parents start throwing weaves and perms and everything in their hair so soon. They never really taught them to care for their hair. So by the time they get a teenager or whatever it is, they're wearing wigs and weaves and all these other things, then they're pulling the sides out. And then by the time they get to a certain age, then you decide to go natural. And you don't, or you decide to start doing your hair, and it's tough to do your hair because you never actually dealt with your hair. So I feel like that's the same thing with everything between us as humans be doing drugs. You don't, when you do drugs, or getting high or drunk, you're not dealing with your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's alcohol, drugs for emotions, hair, dealing with your self-care, sitting by yourself, watching TV, not building your mind. All these things are things that keep us at a level of that's not being as great as we can be.
Yeah.
You know? So I think this time, honestly, they say that this corona thing happened with a bat and everything. I really feel like it's the earth and the universe saying slow down, because y'all are about to wipe yourself off this earth, because you're moving too fast. You're moving too fast. My lady told me today, just even before this though, Jeff Bezos is worth 100, and he was worth 120 something billion dollars. She said he's about to be a trillionaire now. What the fuck you need $1 trillion for? Like, literally, like, I'm not saying what other people deserve, but one man with $1 trillion, where there's millions of people poor, broke, starving, why is one person have a trick? That's insane. And that's the imbalance that's going on in life that we're experiencing now. So now I think that coronavirus will us to slow each other down, learn to value each other. Because think about it, all the stuff that we thought we needed, we realized we didn't need so much no more. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
true.
need to go to the barbershop. You don't need these things. These things are luxuries that we like to have, and that we function with. But if you learn how to do these things yourself, it saves a lot of money, saves a lot of time, and you just become more skilled at different things. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't watch that much TV. Me and my lady, the intimacy thing, we don't watch that much TV because I don't know, it's just not that. And plus, I'm a creative too, so doing comedy, do sketches, right? Whatever. I'd rather do that, or I'm reading a book. I went to the Dollar Tree. I love the Dollar Tree now. I bought this book. I just be buying. This is $1. This is $1 book. A novel for $1. I don't know if it's a novel, but it's a thriller for $1 though. I just went and bought like 5, 6 books from the Dollar Tree for $1, just to to keep my mind going and growing and learning to get these experiences that we're supposed to have. Because a lot of stuff, I ain't saying you shouldn't watch any TV at all, because it's all here for us, but you should balance it out more. So, and this is the time that slowed everything down so we can balance it out more, So, I mean, I think that this is a time for growth, even change. Like, we're doing this now. Before, it was like we had to get next to each other to do something like this. Now this is pushing us into that next area of learning to get comfortable performing and communicating like this. This is just everybody's going live now. Everybody and their mama live. You go to Instagram around 8 o'clock, everybody live. Everybody shit lit up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's definitely going to change what the normal is. But I look forward to it, and I look forward to coming out of this better. You know what I mean? Than when I went in. It's definitely definitely what it's time for.
Yeah, a lot of people are not. They're losing it. They're like, we're gonna go crazy. We're gonna, and it's sad at the same time too. I've even watched comedians turn into DJs because of like, how you go from being a comedian to you're doing something because you're afraid to not do well as a comic. That's why.
Whoa.
That's what that really running. We always doing shit.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to play devil's advocate on that one.
Okay.
Could it be that, yes, they are afraid that, hey, maybe I'm not as funny as I thought I was? Or could it be that here is this other passion that they really had? And while I'm doing this, they're diving into their passions. Like, let me tell you something. And what brings this to mind is Dion Cole. Follow Dion Cole. Dion Cole, he's doing a DJing, disco, house music. I have never seen a smile on his face as big than when that man on Sunday is on disco mode. Nick, I ain't never seen him that. Like, he is excited. He is pumped. Like, I don't even think you bring that same type of energy to the stage, sir. Real talk. That might have been something that for real has just been in him and that he always wanted to do that he never would have done otherwise.
Right.
I'm not saying the man's not funny because his stand-up, of course, is top notch. But some people, I get it. Some people are afraid. And some people are afraid. Some people got everybody else writing their jokes and they can't get the jokes written to them fast enough to even give them content to get online.
Right.
Just throw that piece out there.
Yeah. You said that like you got some, like you know somebody who who's going through that right now.
I pray for all my friends out here in this comedy game. But some people, I do believe that they're genuinely tapping into something else.
No, I do. I believe that too. I believe that too. But the rate of the way comedian, because don't get me wrong, we all have more than one passion, right? Comedy, I love comedy, but also I'm noticing too, and I used to do this before. I mean, I'm just shooting these videos and looking at other people's videos. I'm always saying how it could have been done better or could have done like this. So I have a director's mind, right? I have that's what I'm learning with what I'm doing, like with while I'm shooting videos and editing and whatever. I'm like, man, that'd have been dope if did it this way and that way. So with my comedic skills and my director's mind, it's like, oh, I want to do this, but do it this way in a direct. So I'm learning that about me. Now, I'm not saying that there's some of those comedians are, because some comedians are, yes, they have other talents too. Some draw, some sing, some whatever. And there's nothing wrong with reaching into that. But there's a certain amount I feel like they're just running. They're just, you know what I'm saying? This now, if you have you said that smile that's on his face. I think if you have a passion for that, you'll start investing in it. You'll start buying the equipment. You'll start like actually making that another extension of who you are, what you do, and maybe even incorporate that into your stand-up or another part of your thing. Maybe even not. Either way, there's a different energy that comes with that. So what you're saying about him, I do believe. I haven't seen it, but I do believe. But then I just felt like I've seen a lot of comedians start DJing, and I'm like, so you just don't want to be funny no more, or you're afraid to be funny, or they're doing comedy like this and not going for like it's. But also, I feel like it's the same comedians who haven't written new jokes. The ones who haven't written new jokes, I've noticed too. They're afraid to. It's just the old comedy is done this way, and that is true. We need people. It's good to have people, but now that you don't have people, are you still funny? Like I'm funny without people. Like I be in my house all the time being funny. You know what I'm saying? Like being funny. Like I got my lady with me, so that's my audience now. But I'm being funny with different things that I'm doing, right? Not even trying to always be funny, but being funny, you know? So, and through that, me dealing with my lady and being funny, that helps me to create more. Like my muse, she's like my muse. So I'll be doing something, she'll start laughing, and I'll be like, what? She'll be like, you said it, and you did that, da-da-da. And then I'll be like, yeah, but that is true though, right? And then she goes, yeah. And then I'm like, I should write that. Oh, I should film that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's a lot of our relationship and our intimacy has created a lot of that for me. And that's how I know she's special for me, right? Because I can be my full self during, you know what I'm saying? My full self. But I mean, I've been myself in areas that I wouldn't have been myself by my damn self. So I was like, so I could be extra myself. I don't know what it is. I farted more around this girl than I fought by myself. I think I'd be waiting to fart, waiting to get around her to fart now. Just before we used to be, you know what I'm saying? Those are those intimate, quiet things you wouldn't do with somebody. But now, please, now she's got it. now she's got to be. She be like, yo, could you? I'm on a Zoom meeting. They heard you. Like, like they heard you. You know, I'll sneeze, but they said excuse me. They said excuse you. God bless you. You know, and I'm walking around the apartment, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But that's the freedom that I have with myself, like with being with her now. So I mean, but back to what we were saying. But what I was saying is, I do believe that, but I do feel like a lot of this pandemic and this quarantine is making people confront their fears and confront themselves. Mm-hmm. So now they're just rebelling against themselves. So they just want to still go out. Gotta go outside. Gotta go outside. Like, no, won't you sit there and figure out why you think you need to be outside right now? When you can die outside, why do you think you need to be outside? When you can die outside. I'm not saying you're gonna live inside, but if you know that's more likely for you to get sick going out there, or and get people around you sick, why do you need to be outside?
Right.
Like, why you can't make a rational a boss call and be like, you know what, I'm gonna sit in here, and you made your house up. The thing is, you bought everything in that motherfucker. You picked everything out, and you can't stand being in that motherfucker. What the fuck is this? Is your creation. This is your creation. How you can't hang out in everything around your house is your ideas. How the fuck you can't hang out in your own ideas? Like, you know what I'm saying? You wanted the desk over here, you got the curtain over there, the lights over there, this over there. You know what I'm saying? You got the music over there. You know, you got your books over here. Whatever the fuck it is, you created your atmosphere, but you can't stand being in your atmosphere. That's insane.
Right.
That's insane. And it's honestly, when you're going out too, there's no real new shit happening outside. I don't know nothing. Like, the most new shit we see is on the internet, right? You don't really see a new. It's not. You don't walk down your block and be like, oh, that's new. That's you know what I'm saying? You go outside or you go to work, it's the same ride to work. Your job, all the shit in there is the same. The people are the same. You come back, and then you get back into your same ass house. But you know, there's no thing going on outside that you need. And then if you need to go outside, you still can go outside and walk, right? You can go for a walk. You can go to get some fresh air. But it's like, oh no, I need to do something. We need to go, you know. And I know some of it is about going back to work, but but you know, it's a weird dynamic too, where people think they'll say God this, love that, and all this whatever. But now that it's being challenged, where's all that at? You know?
Yeah.
You're so faithful until it's time to use faith. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Don't get me to preaching up here.
Boy, but you hit on something. Hell. Play. You hit on something.
Don't get me to preaching over here. They need a word. I'm a vessel. That's all I'm saying. I'm a
vessel. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you, Brother Bishop Kareem.
Brother Bishop, I'm Bishop Bullshit, because I'll say some good shit, and before you know it, I'm saying some bullshit. So Bishop Bullshit.
Be true to yourself.
I ain't no damn consistency with me. I'm a comic too, so I got some bullshit with me.
Well, listen, thank you so much for being on the Love for Love. I have truly enjoyed this. This. Make sure you tell everybody how they can follow you.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Kareem Green 21 or Facebook at Kareem Green 21. I'd rather them follow me on Facebook at Kareem Green 21 and like my page, because that's where that's what I'm really trying to build. Instagram is cool, and I'm on TikTok as Kareem Green 8. You know what I'm saying? So either one of those, I'm doing better on TikTok than I'm doing on Holy Love. So they can laugh at TikTok if you want. I'm about to be a TikTok sensation.
I know that's right. Going over there with the children.
Yeah, wherever it's at. Like, that's the funny thing, though.
Stuff I've seen.
People is so creative on TikTok. I feel like that's actually, if comics went there, they'd be even better, because now you can explore all your talents on TikTok. I feel like it's so much. People are drawing, doing magic, doing flips, dancing, reenactments, working out, like whatever, you're giving tips. It's like a variety show, a variety app with extra what do you call this? What's these things that you add special effects and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like these other apps are kind of basic. Instagram just pictures and video. Facebook pictures, video, and and text. And Twitter just text. The only thing about TikTok is you can't just put kind of text up there or just pictures, but the rest is all action. It's all about action. You know what I'm saying? But it's
Mm-hmm.
cool though. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And people be like, yeah, the children are over there. But guess what? On Facebook, all these apps started with children.
Yes, very
All
much
of them
so.
started with children. It's like people don't even get it. The only even Snapchat is children. I never really got into that. That's too whatever. It's for whoever it's for. But either way, but TikTok, you got a minute, go ahead, create something. 15 seconds, go ahead, create something. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think it's a dope place.
You know what I enjoy about it and what I think it does for comedians is give more of a direct link to their fans. So, it's a lot of people taking the audio and are reenacting the
Yes.
set, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
their joke or whatever. And I
Yeah.
think that piece provides maybe a more direct connect, like the comedian or entertainer is more apt to see that on TikTok as opposed to other sites where fans want to feel that they have that connection and they're practicing and they getting it like exactly right, you know what I mean, and they like to
Yes.
see that you notice and that you appreciate that. So I think that piece of it is very good. That piece of it
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah. See, it adds so much more range. It adds more. Like I've done that. I've done exactly that with my jokes on TikTok, where I've reenacted my jokes on TikTok from my album. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just so different. You know what I'm saying? It's another opportunity. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't look at, because like, so as you said, like some people like that's the young kid, whatever. It's an opportunity. However you want to look at something is how it will be.
Right.
So you can look, because I've started TikTok about, I would say 3 months ago, maybe around February, late February, early April. Um, and I'm up to about, I've surpassed my Instagram following basically.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? In 3 months, I had Instagram for who knows how many years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and TikTok is more nurturing for people to see stuff, like, because it's new, so they're getting you. They got the joint going, the algorithm going, and all that. All
Yeah.
these other places, they got cocky. They start suppressing shit. Only
Mm-hmm.
5% see this much, and whether you got 5,000 followers, but only 200 see it. What kind of shit is
Right. That's real talk. That's
it?
real.
So now they hustling it. So
Mm-hmm.
but in time, TikTok is gonna switch too. But it's a good time to start building at the beginning of things. It's like getting in the beginning of a lot of things is always better than trying to play catch up later.
Right. Right. Most definitely. Yeah. My 6-year-old uses TikTok better than I do. I ain't even gonna.
Boy, you better get with that you better get you
No,
some tutoring, sit your ass down and get into that 6-year-old class of study. Because that's, when they say to teach the dog new tricks, it's time to get your new tricks.
yeah.
Because these kids, you know what I'm saying? These kids are, and also that's even, it's such a, TikTok is such a family, to me, app. You would think I work for TikTok the way I'm talking about these. To me, I feel like it's a family app, so you can bring your family in, and it's welcoming. It's more welcoming than other stuff. So I see a lot of families dancing together. You know what I'm saying? So you can do, like, I just told a dude, another comedian, I was like, yo, you should. He's like, yeah, I got my 2 kids. He got my 3 kids over here, 2 twins and a son, right? 2 girls and a son who are twins. But either way, I was just like, yo, cut that TikTok on and start building with your family, during the quarantine. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, he be always doing TikTok. I was like, the hell with they TikTok. Make them build your TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna do nothing. You're an entertainer. You're actually trying to turn this into something.
Yeah.
Everybody else just kind of want followers to be popular for who knows what goddamn reason. You know what I'm saying? Because being popular is just, everybody wants to be popular.
That's how society now, that's how people judge themselves. You know what I mean? People judge themselves now by a number as opposed to looking in the mirror and being comfortable with yourself. They're looking
Yep.
at how many followers they have and what can I post? How can I say it? If I don't have enough followers, you know, what can I do? I don't know if you're I mean, you don't watch a lot of TV, so I don't know if you've seen this, but on Netflix there's a show called Black Mirror. And it's not
I know of the show.
okay, so it's not a
I got
new
Netflix.
show, but they had an episode that was specifically that. They had an
Right.
episode that was specifically you are literally walking around with your phone and you're sending a ding back and forth to people as you interact all day long, and you're rated. So if you're not, you know, at a 4.0 or higher, pretty much you ain't shit. And
Right.
is following this girl's process between her being like a 4 point something and higher to plummeting all the way down, like it's like a coming of life for her.
Right.
All the things
Uh-huh.
she had to go through to maintain and how she perceived herself by having these numbers. It was crazy, but that is what society is now. It's
Yeah.
how many followers you have, and people will ask that before they ask any other question about you. Job interviews, everybody's looking at your social media, what you post.
Yeah.
What did you say? You know what I mean? People are being held accountable for their words on social media, where I could have posted something 10 years ago and it's still here you go 10 years later. Well, remember you said this that time? Men been talking about
Yeah.
that for women keeping a file
Yeah.
cabinet. Now the world has a file cabinet on you.
Yeah.
It will pull some
Oh,
shit out on you. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's definitely the way of the world. It's unfortunate because I am new to really expanding things on social media. Like I look at it, but to be honest, I really don't. I'm not going to be one of those people who pays for followers. So every follower I have is legitimate, but
Genuine.
I can't live my life worried about what that number says. I know as I grow, one day that's going to be somebody else's job to make sure that number is okay. I'm not going to look at it. I've had other friends of mine who have come to me and said, yo, T Gray, you got X amount of followers. Why didn't you do X, Y, and Z? I'm like, dude, I didn't even know I had that many, which is real talk. And I'm more concerned with when I get my content out, make sure I get it out to the people. If when I get it out, it brings more people on, that's great.
And quality.
If I get it out and don't nobody else watch this shit ever again, guess who else? I'm gonna watch it.
Right.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna
Right.
enjoy it. I'm gonna laugh about it. So,
But it's
yeah.
also you did it though, so that's
Yeah.
a good thing. That's the thing about um uh Les Brown said one time in one of his speeches. He said when somebody was on their deathbed and a bunch of angels around their bed before they died, and they was angry at them because they said the angels were mad at them because all the creativity, it was all the creativity and ideas that they were supposed to bring to life, and only they could have brought them to life, and now they got to die with this person because they didn't do it. Like, so I look at it as also as, even if it doesn't become that big major thing that we've gotten attached to, it should be put out there, because even if it doesn't become that, someone else might see it and it sparks them. You know what I'm saying? So everything you do isn't always about you becoming a superhero. You are actually about, I think everyone is about cultivating the earth. One person does something that sparks another person, or they do something so big it helps all these other people. But it's really about cultivating the earth, cultivating ideas, cultivating. And it may be one, like the Snuggie. The Snuggie wasn't, somebody else made the Snuggie first, and then but someone else did it and renamed it and became Big Old Snuggie. So, but if the other person didn't make it, maybe this person wouldn't have even had the idea to do it too, and whatever it is, and it become what it became. So everyone is a part of this, but you got to create, you got to put it out there to get it going, to do it. Like everything they say, just start and just do it. And even if it doesn't make you a millionaire or whatever it is, you did your part in adding creativity and cultivating the earth. And I think that's what all of our job is, in some sort, right? In some manner, whether even if it's you dying soon. Dying motherfuckers dying tells another motherfucker, pay attention to your life.
Right.
Pay attention to the time you got. You know what I'm saying? The people think dying is all about, oh, we only got them for a short time. No, they was here as long as they were supposed to be here. Because you never knew how long they were supposed to be here anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We want them to be here for our selfish reasons. But at the same time, even when they was here, we didn't give them the time that we're crying like we gave them that kind of time. We didn't give them that kind of time because we was busy doing what the fuck we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they passed away, it was like, oh, unless they was like kind of your first. I mean, there's nothing wrong with mourning, but at the same time, I think we gotta always remember that death is a reminder of the short amount of time we have, and to cherish our time and cherish the people around us instead of just getting. It's just like we all go through this thing where, oh, that's messed up, and then we're back at being on that bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
right.
the biggest thing I noticed. They're hurt for a second, and then they're back on being the same, like not learning from these things. The more we learn from these things, the better off the different decisions and choices we'll make. That makes the place even better, right? You know what I'm saying? So,
Wait,
as I said, even when I was
the bishop just laid it out.
We had to change it from the love below to the thoughts below. The thoughts below. The thoughts below the sex. I don't know. But
wrong with that. Go ahead.
But even as I speak this to you, these are things that I want to kind of start, like what you're doing now. I want to do something of this nature to share my thoughts and exchange enlightenment with people, so we can just start thinking in another place. Whereas when a pandemic like this hits, we're good inside. Like, you know, like I'm good inside right now. Don't get me wrong. There's still things I want to achieve, still things I want to do, but I'm okay with what life is right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay, even though it ain't where I want it to be. It's where it needs to be for me to get where I need to go.
Yes.
So, and that's where we, instead of being mad, because every moment is I think, once you learn the journey, it's the journey, right? It's really about the journey. Like the moments you create in your life throughout this journey, instead of being mad at you not being somewhere, you don't even enjoy this moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was miserable for 2 years and bust my ass to get this thing, right? So you wasted 2 years of anger.
Right.
just to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't do the work. I'm just saying don't be angry through it. Don't be frustrated through it. Don't be mad through it. Don't be mean and bitter through it. Be happy. Enjoy the journey. And so when you do achieve that thing you achieve, that'll be fun, but the story behind it is even more fun, So, or the story up to it, rather, the story up to it. So, but those are the things that I want to try to start. I'm still going through the same thing of start, like, you know what I'm saying? Me start. I'm like, what do I, and then I go through this thing called, how it's called imposter syndrome, where you don't think you know what you know, or you're not who you think you are. Like you'll shit, like if you do something and people are like, you're great, but you be like, yeah, I'm not really that great. I'm only great till this good, and they're gonna find out I'm not as good as they think I am. And, you know, it's the imposter syndrome. So, but yeah, it's all those things that we gotta, I just cultivate to just either enjoy our lives better, But as we go along, we gotta know how to separate what's going on with the people and what's going on with you, and try to be a beacon of something better.
Man, I just gotta sit back and let it soak all in. It's so good. Kareem Green just came to the Love Below, shut it down, educated.
Well, I wanted to give love. To me, that's the love that I want to give.
You did that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Thank you for everything that you brought to the table today. I appreciate that. I know my audience is going to appreciate it, and I know people are definitely going to enjoy this. I look forward to seeing you at some point when these things lift up. Catch you in person so I can get some of them laughs. Then in between time, no, you stay positive. You keep pushing out this great content. Make sure everybody I know, hit that follow button. And it was awesome talking to you, man.
Thank you. This was a pleasure. This was a pleasure. Thank you, because you brought me closer to what I want to do. Like, the more I talk about it, the more I talk to people about it, the more it gives me courage and and passion to bring it forth. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing it forth now, but I'm just like trying to put it and do my own thing and continue to do it. But that's what I look at though when I say when I see the love below. It says sex talk, but I do believe when I see love, I see giving. Love is giving. So that's what I wanted to give. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. So you go ahead and keep on pushing with your day. I hope you do something amazing for your lady since she over there picking the fungus out your toes. I hope that you return the favor in a just major way, okay?
That was the amazingness. The amazingness was me letting her pick the fungus out my tongue. But everybody don't get to get this fungus.
And I know
That
she appreciated every piece.
There's no one on this earth that can be like, I dealt with his fungus toe. No one. That's me and her. That's something special that we have that nobody on earth has. And I'll never let nobody touch this fungus toe. After she in the back laughing right now, because she's learning. She didn't even realize how special she was when I let her deal with this toe. The moment I gave her, she'll never forget that. That's a memory etched in her brain.
You have to take her back trifold, okay? You in the background, you can hear me, sis. He needs to get you back trifold, okay? All right. It was great talking to you. You have a fantastic day, okay?
All right, you too. You take care. All right, later. Bye.